Coming up here on the Circle of Men podcast, episode number 29, as we're going to go ahead and discuss the update of the Survivor Series, give our predictions in regards for that. Also, we'll discuss, we got an Impact's new tag team champions, and also the announcement of the women's Knockouts tag team tournament, who are the participants and who advanced. There's already one first round. Also give you the Raw update, also give you NXT, and this past week NXT, this past week AEW Dynamite, Pro Wrestling News, and more. And also, we'll be having a guest coming in to win the episode. So get ready for number 29 as it begins right now.
Hello, it's the Killer Bae. The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be, the goddess of girl power, yours truly, Heather Monroe. That's right. Your eyes are not deceiving you. I am talking directly to you. You are so welcome. I just wanted to take a second to give a shout out to the Circle of Debate podcast because obviously one of the best podcasts around. And you know why? Because they have an eye for talent. They are a fan of Heather Monroe. So what other credentials do you need for that? Anyways, just wanted to say thank you so much for your support. Love yous.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Circle of Men podcast, episode number 29, 29. The host, Devious, what I can see here alongside with my brothers and other mothers. I have the Carbonation Cabron, the Carbonation Painmaker, the Cabron Maker, and that's the man himself. That's Mr. MGC, Mr. Matthew Steamboat. Jesus. Max Kellerman, how are you?
I was going to do something with the chopsticks.
Okay, yeah. And also, we got the hero of all heroes that saved us from this election, that is saving us from retribution, and is saving us from is trying to save us from this pandemic situation. That's the man with the 12-inch pythons and flexes for you, ladies and gentlemen. And he always tell you what you're going to do when the great American hero, Mike Lopez, runs wild on you.
That's right. Came across this little guy right here, one of the 1,000. So, here we go. Things are off to a good start, I would say.
Oh, yeah, congrats. Out of the group, you're the first one to have an AEW action figure. I envy you.
Excited for that, my God.
Yep. Unfortunately, tonight on Mr. CK1 Chris Kennedy not joining us tonight. He has a little mini vacation. He'll be back. But let's go ahead and get it started off, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. SmackDown, this past week, SmackDown. It was amazing because we saw a debut of Chelsea Green. I was so happy, like, yes, Chelsea Green is here. And she's finally going to debut. And then, damn, she broke her arm. I was excited. I'm assuming that she was supposed to win, but I guess it switched. And Liv Morgan ended up winning, taking the spot for the SmackDown women's team. The Survivor Series. So I'm going to ask you, Mr. Hero, your thoughts about Chelsea Green debuting and then this unfortunate outcome of it.
Of course, I don't wish anything bad to happen to anyone. I know that these wrestlers or sports entertainers put their lives on the line and their bodies on the line. But I wouldn't say I'm the biggest Liv Morgan fan. But I've seen her lose so many times, and it's like, give her a shot, give her a chance, more so than the whole Lana wedding thing that happened, that was forgotten and dropped right away. So I'm glad that they're gonna give her that spot in the Survivor Series team. But that's on that side. On the other side with Chelsea, it sucks that, and this reminds me of the Sami Zayn situation where he threw his arms up and then messed up his shoulder, I think, or something there. on his Raw debut. And yeah, so, but they bounce back. I'm pretty sure Chelsea's going to bounce right back. Hopefully it's not a long-term injury, right? So, we'll see her on Friday nights soon enough.
Hopefully. How do you feel about it, Mr. Steamboat? Were you excited or were you disappointed that, obviously disappointed that this happened to her?
I'm wondering if it's kind of like a thing with like Randy Orton where you get injured and then you could just turn it into like a whole angle. Like Chelsea Green's like, all right, so I have this many weeks to get better, and I'm giving you an update on my recovery. As you can see, my doctor thinks I'm, and just make it as annoying as possible, and just work on your promo skills in the meantime. I mean, it's what Britt Baker was doing when her leg was out. So
definitely, I agree with that. And it was, speedy recovery, Chelsea. We love you. I love you. I'm a big fan of yours. It was your big moment. I cried. I was mad. Damn it, man. But oh well. You'll be back soon enough how, Mr. Hero said. So hopefully see you soon on Friday nights. Kicking ass. Now, we finally got the final battle. The war is over between this fucking storyline thing. God is over between Rey Mysterio and Seth Rollins. Obviously, we saw the outcome of it, that it looked like Buddy Murphy was going to, still, forces with Rollins, but the tables turned. Hit him with the high knee, causing him the match, losing against, to Rey Mysterio. And now Rey Mysterio and the family accepted Buddy Murphy into the circle of the Mysterio family. So are you glad, Mr. Hero, this storyline is over? How do you feel about it?
She has a boyfriend. I mean, come on now. The guy's in his mid-30s. Okay, anyway. But that's beside the question. I feel that the whole Aaliyah and Murphy thing kind of overshadowed, and I mentioned this before in the archives, that it overshadowed Dominic and even Rey Mysterio himself. So I don't know where they're going to take that, if anywhere, or if it's just going to be dropped, hopefully, right? But, okay. Is it over, though? I mean, is it over? I don't know. I'll believe it when I see zero interaction there. I know that Murphy and Rollins are gonna have a match on Friday. So if Murphy's involved, then that means Aaliyah is probably going to be involved, and if Aaliyah's involved, then the Mysterios are involved. So is it over though? We'll see.
Definitely, that's it. We have to wait and see. Mr. Steamboat, are you glad this storyline is fucking over now?
Nothing is over. Nothing. You know the reference? Rambo.
Rambo
First Blood. Nothing is over. Nothing. That's probably Vince right now in the office. Nothing is over. Nothing.
Right?
No, but man, I want it to be over.
Yeah, because you moved it from Raw to SmackDown. Obviously, you want this to be ended with. And also remind you, everyone, obviously, that past Friday that Vince rewrote the whole show. He was, damn it, shit, he rewrote the whole damn thing.
Nothing is over. Nothing.
I mean, come on, you brought Drew McIntyre in, from Raw and, all this crap, just to make SmackDown, the viewership, be better. But it didn't do as quite well as we all expected, obviously. But we are glad that this storyline, it will be over, and we'll see, the future of it. Like how Mike said, we'll see what happens this, tonight on SmackDown. Friday night, tonight. We'll find out. We'll wait and see. Let's go ahead and move on to Raw, ladies and gentlemen. Now with Raw, this past Raw, we did see now new replacements for the Women's Raw Survivor Series team. So as we saw the past week, Mandy Rose got hurt with, the legit arm injury, which by courtesy of Nia Jax. So now her and Dana, because they had to do Dana's well, they're a tag team. Dana got hurt because of Reckoning. Mia Yim, please oh my God, please just call her Mia Yim. She's not Reckoning.
It's a bad name.
Bad name, anyways. No pun intended towards you, Mia. It's not your fault. Stupid Papa Vinny and fucking Bruce.
Wait, where's Emerald? I thought.
And then they got hurt, unfortunately, now, and they were replaced by Lacey Evans and Penny Royce. So, my opinion, Raw's team looks weak as hell. So, Mr. Hero, do you agree with me on that?
Yes. Yes, it does look weaker, and I feel that honestly, I feel the Raw team is going to lose. Prediction: I think that Lana is going to be the last one to be on Team Raw, and she's going to lose. She's gonna, keep on fighting and this and that, the fighting spirit, but then she's gonna ultimately lose, causing Nia to come over and then put her on the table again. But yeah, I mean, let's see, Lacey Evans and Peyton Royce, right? So I do think that it was a mistake to split up the Iconics, just for her to make this new tag team question mark with Lacey, and I feel honestly, I maybe I'm in the minority here, but I feel like Lacey Evans should be kind of in the title picture. I feel like she has the ability to carry and the heel ability, the persona to carry a heel, to be as a heel champion. But yeah, it's not the best team, but we'll see what happens.
Definitely. Mr. Steamboat, how do you feel about this Raw team now?
It's like once again, what name was she going by in Retribution?
Reckoning.
Reckoning.
So like
I reckon
the reconning, and with Emerald Lagasse and BTS, with the sous chef and the assistant singer. I'm making more Retribution memes coming soon.
Looking forward to it.
Those are my thoughts.
There you go. There you go. It also could, with that happening on Raw, congratulations to Drew McIntyre regaining the WWE title. It was not a bad match. I actually enjoyed it. It was really great. I love the outfit, going back to the old school retro Drew McIntyre. If only he could have debuted Broken Dreams, man. That would have been so much awesome right there with the flames. Oh, my God, that was awesome. But, now it was predicted. When we saw him on SmackDown, it was predicted he was going to win anyways. So they want that Roman and Drew McIntyre one-on-one again. Now, obviously, opposite heel, babyface turn. So, Mr. Hero, how do you feel about Drew McIntyre winning? And do you see him holding the belt for quite a long time?
I don't think so. Okay, one of two. Either he loses it on the road to WrestleMania and then wins the Royal Rumble and then chooses to challenge Roman Reigns, and then we really get the Roman and McIntyre match, which is I believe a worthy match to maybe even headline WrestleMania, or we get McIntyre defending and at WrestleMania against somebody on Raw. Yeah, I don't know. It's just WWE is doing some missteps, I feel, here. Why give it to Randy Orton if he's just gonna lose it? It just it kind of devalues him, I feel. But yeah, I don't know what Papa Vinny, Brother Lame, and all these other guys are thinking about. So yeah,
that's right. Mr. Steamboat, are you happy?
I'm wondering if Drew McIntyre's now gotten into that whole position of being like, because I talked about how Roman Reigns is Lex Luger. I wonder if he's like slowly shifting into that role at the moment, because we don't have the audience to kind of gauge what people really think of them. I wonder if like you could just get like rooms of 6 people and like, so what do you think of Drew McIntyre? And then just like, woo, or no, like audience, like digital crowd cheering. Just, do you like them? Boo, woo. Like, we don't have that yet.
Yeah, exactly. We don't have that yet. But I see McIntyre holding it to probably Royal Rumble, or maybe, I don't hate to say it, but he might lose it before WrestleMania, how Mike said. I mean, that might occur. If he's able to hold it to Mania, that'll be something. But the question is, who would it be? Could it be, who could it could be? Bobby Lashley? It could be, you never know. It could be.
That'd be interesting.
That'd be interesting to see. I mean, Lashley should be put over. Why not? He was this close last time. I would give it to Lashley. I think it's about time that he deserves a WWE title run. So I will not mind seeing Bobby Lashley having a run with the title with the Hurt Business, because they're hot right now. The Hurt Business are really hot, and I'm loving it. So let's go ahead and move on. Now we'll the Impact, I just want to go ahead and congratulate the Good Brothers now becoming the new Impact Tag Team Champions. Wow, they become Raw Tag Team. Like the New Japan Tag Team Champions, the IWGP Tag Team, the Heavyweight. They've done I think Ring of Honor, I believe so. Wait, have they done Ring of Honor? No, I don't think so. But I'm really happy for them. They got now a tag team title run. So congrats to the Good Brothers. Awesome performance as well. That happened this past weekend. Turning point on Impact, and also Deonna Purrazzo regaining back the Impact's Women's Champion, defeating Su Yung. So looking forward. Looking forward for what Impact is very intriguing at this moment. And speaking of that, they're intriguing us now. The announcement of returning the Knockouts Tag Team Championships, and the tournament. It's pretty much an 8-man tournament, the tag teams. So the participants was Tenille Dashwood, Alicia Edwards. They competed against Havoc and Neva, that happened this past Tuesday, which they lost. So Havoc and Neva advances. And so they're waiting of the winners of Killer Kelly, Renee Michelle versus Jordan Grace, and to be announced her mystery partner. We don't know who it is. I'm assuming it could be Su Yung. Maybe the return of Tessa Blanchard. You never know, which I don't think so because she left in bad terms with Impact anyways. You never know. Also, we have Kiera Hogan and Tasha Steele as they'll compete versus Ashley Vox and Delmi Eox, and then Deonna Purrazzo and Kimber Lee versus Taya Valkyrie and Rosemary. So I'm looking forward. So make sure you keep on tuning in every Tuesday with Impact Wrestling every Tuesday on Twitch or any other social media platforms. You can follow them. Make sure you keep tuning in, and we'll give you the updates as well as we keep on as the reports are coming in. And let's go ahead and move on with United Wrestling Network this past Tuesday that happened, which on the 17th of November. Thank you, Mr. Marquez, for making another epic night for us pro wrestling and bringing back pro wrestling back to Southern California. Damn it. And I love it, and all over the world. But definitely, I enjoyed it. We had Slice Boogie defeating Kiera Murray. Great match. Slice looking incredible with that cradle power driver. Woo, man, love it. Also, we had Manders debuting against Richie Slade. He actually won his debut on Primetime. And also 2 powerhouse women's no contest, Ruby Reyes and Lindsay Snow. As they competed versus each other, it was a double DQ. So I'm looking forward to see the rematch of those. I'm a big fan of Ruby's work, and also Lindsay. They're both powerhouse women. And kudos to Lindsay, who actually made her debut on AEW Dark as well this past Tuesday. And so keep an eye on those 2 women. They put a hell of a show. I'm telling you that. I'm loving it right now with the women's overall in any division and any promotion. They're stealing the show. And also we had the co-main event, which is our brother Danny Limelight, as he finally got the rematch, the trilogy versus Clark Connors, the young lion, and he defeated him, finally getting his win against Clark Connors, and with little brass knuckles, but that's the bodega style, baby. But it's okay, it's all right. I love
punch.
It. Power to punch. There you go. And our main event, another awesome to our brother from another mother. That's the SoCal Pro Wrestling icon, Ray Rosas, defending and retaining his Heritage World Championship Hollywood Wrestling, defeating Andy Brown and from SoCal Distancing. Man, what a match that was, ladies and gentlemen. These 2 individuals, they put a hell of a show. So make sure that you want to catch the replays of Primetime TV, United Wrestling Network. Make sure you tune in on FITE TV. Or any other social media platforms every Tuesday. And also they announced, since the finals have been postponed, to crowning the first ever United Wrestling World Champion because Chris Dickerson got injured during the match against Fred Roser. So the match is being postponed till further announced, further notice. And, stay tuned. We will give you update as that as well and give you more updates on what's going on in United Wrestling World. So make sure you stay tuned on FITE TV. And thank Mr. Marquez and thank Ray Rosas. Thank everybody there as well.
Thank you, United Wrestling Network.
There you go. Thank you, United Wrestling Network. Also, our Killer Bay that we love, that she actually made, we appreciate you, Heather Monroe, for doing an awesome for us. And yes, we are a big fan of your work, and you are a great talent. Actually, Mr. Hero met you. So
That's right.
that's right. Mr. Hero already met you before. We're going to go to the Wrestling Guy store, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go ahead and move on with New Japan. Now with New Japan, we found out it's a lot. Right now it's day 4 as we speak of the day 5, actually. Day 5 of the World Tag tournament, the World Tag League tournament, and the Best of Super Junior Cups. We do not have the update right now who is the highest scorer because it's happening while we're recording. So it's really difficult to see who's up there. But all we know is that Jeff Cobb joined the Empire, joining Will Ospreay and the Great O'Khan. So that's a great trio. I'm looking forward to seeing those trio factions. And so far, what I'm reviewing as the best of the Super Junior Cups, Taiguchi's looking great right now. Him and Hiromu, they're looking awesome in the tournaments. I'm looking at Robbie Eagles as well. So keep an eye on them, and we will continue to do the best we can to go ahead and provide you the actual update next week. Hopefully by then, we're able to go ahead and provide you the next week or the following week. We're able to provide you that and who's in the lead on both tournaments. And don't forget also tonight on New Japan Strong, make sure you tune in on that as well. As you're going to see Kenta defending his IWGP U.S. contract versus David Finlay. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. And more matches are announced also for New Japan Strong Style USA. So make sure you tune in on any social media platforms and that. So I'm going to ask you, Matt, right quick. How do you feel about Jeff Cobb joining forces with Will Ospreay and Great O'Khan? What do you see this trio faction?
Pure wrestling. I hope to see them grow even more. Robbie Eagles is an eventuality. Unless, unless they put him off on his own, I want to see a lot more happen with this. And something concerning a little belt that people may have forgot about, I'll be talking about later on once we get to it.
All right, yeah, because we will get to that pretty soon. And I know exactly what you're talking about because, I'd rather not spoil it. We'll wait on that. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to pro wrestling news. We found out, obviously, the official Matt Sydal signs with AEW. Congratulations to Mr. Matt Sydal. Made the right decision of going to
Third
AEW.
eye. He's got the third eye.
I'm loving it. I'm glad that he's
Matt.
I wonder how Nakazawa took the news, man. Jeez.
He's got a fresh pot of sesame oil ready to go.
Oh, my God, right? But I
Grease
cannot
third
wait.
eye.
I cannot wait what the future holds for him in AEW. Hopefully they book him very well, which they are. So I'm looking forward. And for Matt Sydal's future in AEW. So keep on tuning in. Also, there was a recent interview, besides now moving on to the next topic, my apologies. A recent interview that JTG did with Chris Van Fleet. And he did mention that Shad Gaspard should be honored with the Warrior Award from WWE. So, obviously there's no disagreement here. Do you guys feel the same, right?
100%. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, they have to. I mean, this guy was he went out as a hero. That's it. There's no argument there for sure.
Yeah, definitely. No argument there for sure. That's 100% fact. That's right, brother. And also, Renee Young's announcement that she's taking out her podcast, Oral Sessions. No, it ain't about sex, okay? It's oral sessions about, deep conversations overall. So we're looking forward to listening to her podcast. And also, congratulations to Renee Paquette Moxie announced it on AEW Dynamite. I got a pregnant wife at my home. Wait, what? A pregnant wife? Renee? What? Caught us off guard. Congratulations, Renee. And Moxley as well. Yeah. And now this is a third member of the Shield that's now having a kid. Well, besides Roman has like 5 or 6 kids, but I don't even know of. He had a daughter, I think son and twins. So he has like 4 or 5, I think.
Head of the table.
I'm one of his adopted ones.
You're the adopted one.
I'm the one he doesn't know about.
There you go.
You're the bastard son.
You heard it here first.
Ladies and gentlemen. And also we had ROH announcing their final battle pay-per-view, which we all are familiar with it. They do it every year by the end of the year. They are going to actually move forward with it. ROH final battle coming out December 18th on pay-per-view. Hopefully they bring back Rush. Hopefully they bring back PCO. We're hoping to see all these phenomenal talent in our Ring of Honor. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. Make sure you stay tuned with that. And also, now let's move on with this subject that it was since last Friday. I know I didn't want to bring it up first because I wanted to make sure that let it calm down and to see what's the update. So now, obviously, we found out this past Friday, Selena Vega, Thea Trinidad was let go from WWE. Everybody thought at first that it was because she put on Twitter that I support unionizing, and it wasn't. It was not the case. The fact is that she took out an OnlyFans account. She did not want to take down her Twitch account at all. So she was a prime lead example. Papa Vinny said it. No, I want to shut down. Nope. So they had no other options to let her go. So they let her go before she posted that on Twitter. So she found out before. That's when she then said that I support unionizing. And yes, she went on Twitch, and it was very emotional for her. She was happy. She thanked Hunter, Steph, not Vince. She didn't mention Vince, not Vince, but she thanked everybody that she worked with, and definitely it was a shocker for all of us. And just to give you an update of how's that going, obviously one of the board members from SAG-AFTRA reached out to Selena. SAG-AFTRA, obviously they're a unionized company that they protect actors and musicians and other artists. So they reached out to her. And so they have recently, right now, as we speak, they did have a deep conversation. We don't know. It went very well. We don't know what's the next step or what might happen. But definitely what SAG-AFTRA has now are going to be trying to reach WWE superstars to sign a petition. They need 30% of it in order for it to happen and for it can be done. Then 50% of the roster that agrees to that petition. So if this ever happens, obviously the salary is going to be different for everyone, also as well as the salary is going to be different for the seniorities. There's so much, to get into details, which I'm not going to get into details of it because it's too much. But yes, seniority, say, for example, who's been like The Miz or Ron Killings or people that are not on television. If they've been there for a while, they'll get paid more than the superstars that are in now. And it's just, it works very different on it. But this has been going on since when Jesse Ventura wanted to do unionization. This was back in the 80s. But obviously Hulk Hogan turned his back on him. He was like, nope, I'm making money, man. I'm on TV. Fuck you. I'm going to fuck unionizing. Selfish about it. So I'm going to say it first, and I'll ask you guys. I don't feel that unionization, as much as we support it, I support it. I don't mind it because they deserve to be treated better as an employees, as performers, because they do perform for us fans, and they deserve a pension. They deserve, insurance. They deserve, better treatment. But it's unfortunate that it's not going to happen. Why? Because first of all, it's the way how I see it is your quality basically. It's not it. It's the quality of the individual that people love. It's like, oh my God, or like Ricochet, like Nakamura when he came in, or compared to WWE made stars like Orton, Cena, and all. It's just more international stars. I feel like that's what it is. I mean, it's difficult for me to give details, but I feel like this is not going to work because obviously a lot of talent are going to be selfish of, their money. They got to be selfish about it. I don't want to say, well, that shit, I'd rather just make the money what they're giving me. So, but we see Andrew Wang, the one who ran for the presidency, he's on it right as we speak. They reached out to Selena Vega and, Thea Trinidad. She's no longer Selena Vega. So we'll see the outcome of it. And Vince did started this shit. So let's see how it goes. So I'll ask you, Mr. Hero, do you feel this unionized, should it happen? Or what's your thoughts about it? What do you feel about it?
It's interesting because, we have all these other sports that have may not embraced it, but they have it. They have unionization and, the Actors Guild and whatnot. And people are fine. People are making money and people are able to, go ahead and make a living doing these things that they're passionate about. With wrestling, I would like to see it happen. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I know the ins and outs of unionization or making a union. But just seeing the ability that one Vince McMahon has to, with a snap of his fingers, if he doesn't like you, you're out. Or and I'm sure there's countless of examples of McMahon being unfair to people just because, oh, I don't like you anymore. Like it's like a that meme of Andy playing with his toys and, oh, I don't like you anymore, and just tosses him. In these people's livelihoods, and families and stuff, letting go of a lot of people during the pandemic, only to report that they are making a lot of money, in this year, just to appease the stocks or whatever, the stockholders.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of, for me, I can't wait to see the reaction that AEW, Tony Khan, Cody, and everybody there has with this, because the cons are with the NFL also, and the NFL has a union with its players, so they know how to handle or how to deal with this sort of thing, and so I'm pretty sure with AEW they're going to be able to handle this a little bit better than probably WWE will. WWE has maybe not a lot, but has something to lose here.
Mm-hmm.
And, who knows, maybe this is what is needed for them to treat people a little bit better, or with a little bit more respect, I would say. I saw a YouTube post the other day from another channel, someone that has done a lot of reviews for WWE, saying that they're not going to support them anymore because of how unfair these things are. Zelina or Thea Trinidad, this is not the first case. This goes beyond this, and so I would like to see the union happen. I would definitely 100%. If I was a wrestler, I would be at the top of the list. Make it happen, so these things don't happen anymore. So there you go.
There you go. Mr. Steamboat, how do you feel about it? Do you agree or disagree?
It's a big thing, especially that SAG-AFTRA reached out to her, because as a wrestler, as an entertainer, technically you don't, not to break kayfabe, but just letting people know that, you count as a performer. Thus, you count under that SAG-AFTRA requirements and rules. Like one of the rules with SAG-AFTRA, if you say one line on a TV show, anywhere, just say hello. That's $1,000. Just saying hello, hi, how are you doing? More than 5 lines, they have to pay you more than $1,000, and that $1,000 isn't the end of it. So the first rerun of that show where you say hello, hi, that's another $500 for that first rerun, and then after that there's a residual. So if all the wrestlers sign those SAG-AFTRA contracts, they'll get the money. They need a lot of back pay that's owed to them, because they are TV performers. They're saying lines that are scripted. WWE has admitted we do script lines, we do script scenes, we talk about. They've got writers. They have, it is a TV show. So they're getting injured, hurt, and blah, blah. That's another requirement. Now they have to be paid as stunt people. That's another thing in the contract for SAG-AFTRA. So I used to, if you guys didn't know, I used to be a background actor. So anytime something's in addition, like say a wrestler gets a bucket of water poured on them, that's a wet bump. That's what it's called. And that's another $10. Like you could, or another 15, 30, whatever, and the fact that you're saying lines, you're a character, you're writing script. Then there's hazard pay, then there's stunt pay, then there's insurance. Like, all of them more than qualify as SAG-AFTRA signees, and all of them should be, in addition to that. So not only, would it be good for there to be a wrestlers union, if all you do is just wrestle on TV and you don't recite lines, or you're on independent promotions, join the wrestlers union, but also join SAG-AFTRA as well. All of them qualify, and you guys should all be a part of it.
Definitely. I mean, this should have happened a long time ago when Jesse Ventura brought it up. But obviously, it didn't happen. It's just that
one of my favorite people, by the way.
Ventura, tried to make it for all the performers during the time, but Unfortunately, it was a lot of people retaliated. Obviously, that's when Vince McMahon let him go because of that reason. And look, Ventura fought for his royalties. He never got his royalties, from announcing, from merchandise. He didn't get none of that until later, and he won the case, and that's how the royalties started happening. He was the one that began that, and then WWE, when they took out the network. So let's say like CM Punk or Swaggle or Brian Myers or Matt Cardona, any people, the former stars, they get paid the royalty checks because they're on the network. So people who are on the network that are no longer employed with WWE, they get a royalty check.
With this commentary, with Jesse Ventura's commentary career aside, because I know he definitely got paid a lot for that.
Yeah.
Think about all the money Jesse Ventura's made just from wrestling and promos alone, compared to how much money he's made as just the small roles in movies where he's just like a supporting character for a villain, or everything, like just hit all the money he made off Predator alone. That's why so many, it's great when wrestlers get into acting and stuff like that, because it's less injuries, more money. I think what was one of the quotes that Jesse Ventura said about Vince McMahon is like, I think the trick is to get famous doing something else and then come back to wrestling.
There you go. It's very true. That's very true. I mean, Ventura was not selfish, and I'm sorry, he was selfish because I think Vince wanted part of that money, that Predator money. Like, no, fuck you. This is my money.
Exactly.
This is not your money. They hired me. Just because I'm under contract with you doesn't mean that you're not affiliated with. It doesn't say it on the contract either. So,
and I'm not Jesse Ventura. I'm not Jesse the Body Ventura, the wrestler. I'm Blaine, the mercenary in this movie.
I don't remember seeing McMahon getting chopped up by the Predator anyway, so he had nothing to do with that. No.
Exactly.
I ain't got time to bleed.
Right?
Oh, painless.
Exactly. So, I mean, we spoke about it with, in the archives as well. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel below. Subscribe button, hit it. I'd also look at the archives as well. We have discussion. We discussed it with Evan Ginsberg. If you watch the interview about unionization, he said, of course, it should happen. And I'm hoping it does. But, yes, that's only the downfall about it. It's about the salaries. It's going to be evened out, the seniorities who are not on television. And not only that, these people that were doing Twitch, they're not getting paid for live events because there's no live events. So what other reason, what other option they had to make money? To do third-party, using third-party social media platforms. Using, YouTube, up, down, down, using the Twitch, Live It, they had to make money. And Trinidad was making more money off of Twitch than freaking her contract. So, and it's messed up that selfish WWE want to get involved, like Papa Vinny. Oh, wait, they're making money off of this? This is good shit. I think I can make some money too. Want to take a cut of their pay from their Twitch and other social media platforms? It's ridiculous.
He feels that he's made these people, and to a certain extent he's made them more popular than they would have been otherwise, sure, but at the same time, they're the ones, editing the videos, putting out the content, putting in the work, the hours. For me, in my YouTube channel, it takes me a while to put something together. It takes effort, learning, so I definitely feel that. Sure, McMahon, you have them on your show, but you're not teaching them how to edit. They can make that on their own. Oh. Now, what I wonder is there any way that the American, for example, having a proposition, Proposition 22 or whatever, is there any way to may have that on the ballot or something,
That's a very good question, right? If they were to do that, but I believe they got to sign a petition. And they need a majority, a lot of it. I don't know how much percent. I would say more than 50%, maybe 75, that they will need to start that proposition to be created. But it has to be all promotions in nationwide, not international, but nationwide.
Nationwide on your side.
I believe that we can make change in wrestling.
You're that thumb.
Yes. Yes. There you go.
Definitely, yep. I believe, and we can. Us as fans, we can as well. We can make. We believe in professional wrestling. Make it great again, and we support all the performers. From the independent circuit to to the high stakes promotions. Thank you for putting on a show, performing for us as a fan. So we love it. That's why we're here, because of you guys. We're here for you guys, and we love you. And hopefully this gets situated. We'll find out. We'll keep you more updated with that, ladies and gentlemen. Now, speaking of WWE, so on December 11th, they're leaving the Amway Center. They're going out to the Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, Florida, starting on December 11th, running it all the way through WrestleMania, maybe a little bit longer. Now it's a baseball field, ladies and gentlemen. We're not familiar with it. So I'm looking, and now there's a possibility for sure at the Royal Rumble, we will possibly see fans in attendance because, beginning now in the Tropicana, field center. So I'm looking forward to see it. So once again, I know we're going back to this, but I'll ask you, Mr. Steamboat, how you feel about them now going to a baseball stadium, and should fans attend by Royal Rumble?
We saw the thing happen in Japan with Summer Struggle, that big baseball field event, very similar. But this is the United States, not Japan. So that there's a whole thing with the difference in cultures. Like in Japan, people cooperate and listen. It's a thing. People in trains in Japan, everybody stays quiet on a train in Japan because they know that is the etiquette there. And if you violate that etiquette, everybody doesn't like you and they complain. Over here, everybody's loud on the train and nobody cares about the etiquette and the common good of us. So this is, not to put it in worse terms, but it's like this is kind of a test just to show, can Americans show that we have the etiquette to self-preserve ourselves? See, can we be as great as the Japanese can be?
I don't know. I can't. I'm gonna get bashed on. No.
Exactly. So
I plead the
we'll see if they go through with this and they distance themselves in that baseball stadium. Will the results be the same? Well, let's let time tell. Only time will tell.
Definitely. Do you agree, Mr. Hero?
I'm as American as the next guy. But let's face it, my goodness. Let's face it, man, that I've seen so many baseball crowd fights. You've seen those on YouTube, all the because they're rooting for another team and whatever. Anywho,
riots.
Riots and whatnot. I have not visited Florida. I don't know what the cultures or how the ambience is over there. So I'm optimistic that they're going to be able to pull it off and from here or from December 12th, is it, until WrestleMania or Royal Rumble or whatever, they're going to be able to perfect or really, really improve the art of putting on a live show with a crowd during the COVID era. So, I hope so, and who knows, I might even, if it all goes well, I might even stop by to the Tropicana field if it goes well.
That's right. So we'll see. And they, they're going to have a WrestleMania there. That'll be great. And speaking of WrestleMania, there's already rumor in your window. It's been writing down. No fucking Meltzer. You're not a fax. No Alvarez. You're not a fax either. So fuck you both. Kiss my ass. Eat a dick. Whatever. That's too much. Excuse my language, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize.
Dick Nixon.
There you go. There you go. Yes. But there's already a scrap between Edge and Bray Wyatt feud for Mania. Yeah, I'm like this. So, Mr. Hero. Yeah? No?
Yes.
Oh.
Why? We've already seen Edge versus Orton back in 2005, back in last year. I mean, the greatest match of all time was Edge and Orton, right? So it cannot, by definition, it cannot get any better than that. So why even try, right? Okay. Honestly, when Edge came back, I was like, running through the different superstars that he could have feuds with now, and then Bray Wyatt being one of them, there's a potential of something new, something that could, pull in the crowd of yesterday and the crowd of today, right? Which is what I feel WrestleMania should do. So I don't know. For me, it's a yes, but it's a careful yes.
Okay. Do you agree, Mr. Steamboat?
There's, they gotta do different things with Edge. So, that's the big thing. I think we went over this.
Yes.
He's got such a better roster to work with. So let's do different stuff with Edge. We can't keep running trains into the ground. But then again, I'm wondering if WWE is turning into Murphy's Law at this point.
Ooh, okay. Very interesting. I like that. I like it. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first.
Very possible.
Murphy's Law Wrestling Federation. Murphy's Law Wrestling Entertainment.
That's right. You never know. I mean, yes, I do want to see Edge and AJ Styles, of course. Edge and Rollins. Why not? Yes. Edge and Roman Reigns, the Battle of the Spears. Why not? The Battle of the Spears,
Edge and Bray Wyatt. I love it.
Yeah, I don't. They gotta convince me. I'm sorry. They have to convince me. I'm hoping they do a great storyline.
Okay, well, hold on a second. Why not? Let's see that. Let's see.
Because
what are your cons?
It's. I don't know. I see Bray more in like a main event picture more. I'd rather see him have a title run, go for a title, or having a title at Mania than battling Edge. Just like a singles competition.
Could be battling Edge for the title.
Or okay, that's acceptable. At least I'll say that. It's just that I don't know. I feel that Edge it's just two different characters for it to mix. It don't make any for me. It doesn't make any sense. I know it sounds crazy, but I don't know. For me, it doesn't match. I don't know. It's just weird to me.
For me, I would say keep Fiend as far away from the title picture as possible, because they're not gonna have Roman lose at WrestleMania. They're not gonna have McIntyre lose at WrestleMania, in my opinion. So unless it's against The Rock, right? So if they're gonna put him in that position just to have him lose, no, thank you. I would rather have. It's a spectacle match. I feel it brings in the people, So
yeah. I mean, we'll wait and see. But I do want to see Edge and AJ Styles. Why not? Or even Edge go for the title run versus Roman Reigns. That's if The Rock can't make it, because we don't even know if The Rock's going to show up or not. But that's already been thrown out there that they might. If it does happen, you'll see now the head of the table versus the OG Tribal Chief. That would be great to see. And I think The Rock should win that one. I don't think Roman should not win. No, I would not put Roman. No.
Yeah, we know who's going to win that match. We know. We know.
Yes, we know.
Maybe instead of The Rock, we'll get the Croc again.
The Croc.
The Croc.
Get the Croc.
That's right. Get the Croc. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen, after these commercials breaks. Make sure you tune in to our commercial. Also, don't forget to go to the Wrestling Guy store. Mention our names, the Great American Hero, Mike Lopez. You mentioned Carbonation Cabron, Matthew Steamboat, MGC, or Chris Kennedy, the CK1, myself, the Devious One Ivan C, or Reputation Killer, Josh Brett Horton. You get 10% off of your merchandise that you purchase from the Wrestling Guy store. 10% off. And if you'd like to know the location and the platforms, it will be in the description down below. So make sure that you go to our SoCal natives, anywhere around SoCal, make sure you tune into the Wrestling Guy store, as they have upcoming awesome events coming up. And so make sure you shop at the Wrestling Guy store. So we'll be right back. When we come back, we'll go ahead and discuss the Wednesday Night Wars and give the prediction of the Survivor Series. So we'll be right back. So don't go anywhere. And this is a message from Circle Bay Tools.
Hey gang, this is Lisa Marie Barron, also known as Victoria from WWE, also known as Tara from TNA Impact Wrestling. If you're not shopping at the Wrestling Guy store, something is seriously wrong with you. Don't make me go over there and widow speak your butt. So the Wrestling Guy store is where it's at. Celebrities, collectibles, of course, he has me here, so he definitely has good taste. The Wrestling Guy Store, baby.
Oh, my, come on, Gina, come on. Oh, wait. Kinshasa. Oh, I'm sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Yep, don't forget, purchase your action figures at the Wrestling Guy Store. Make sure you mention Circle Debate. You get 10% off on your pro wrestling merchandise, any WWE merchandise, action figures, wrestling belts, T-shirts, the whole shebang. They got a lot of things at the Wrestling Guy Store, so make sure you go. And also, don't forget to go on December 6th. Shaw Guerrero and Matthew Reholt, they will be there. They will be there. And also, the Vipers will be there November 28th. So make sure you guys go to the Wrestling Guy Store with these meet and greets right now. Take advantage of it right now with this pandemic situation. As obviously remind you, wear your mask, ladies and gentlemen. Follow protocol, social distancing, okay? 6 feet away, 6 feet apart, okay? Make sure you guys do that, ladies and gentlemen.
And also, if you see us there, come say, hey, well, 6 feet apart, but we'll be there.
Exactly. We'll be there. Make sure. And also don't forget with Generation Championship Wrestling coming up as well, the Diamond Cup for the crowning the first women's Generation champion. So make sure you guys tune in for that as well. Shout out to our brother from another mother, Jeremy Gomez. And also shout out to our other brother podcasters, Dirty Heels. They give the people what they want. That's right, Brother Bovin and also Kofi Weedston. And our other brother from another mother, that is Frank and Kyle from JOFO in the Ring. JOFO in the Ring, that's right. My Quebec, Montreal. Much love, brothers. Shout out to you guys. Also to the man of the hour, that is Mr. James of the United Kingdom, that 90s Wrestling Podcast, for providing great quality content interviews. And also our brother from another mother, Jonah, from Rewind, Recap, Relive, up in Manhattan, New York as well. Shout out to you, brother. Make sure you guys follow these, these YouTube channels. We will have the description below. That's our brothers from another mothers from the podcast world. We're the League of Podcasters, not a League of Nations. We're the League of Podcasters. That is
Copyright
right.
that.
There you go. Copyright it. That's right. Let's go ahead and move on, ladies and gentlemen, with the Wednesday Night Wars with NXT. We did see Leon Ruff, and I'm loving it right now. They're actually keeping the belt on Leon Ruff, and basically Gargano matchup, the rematch didn't happen. Damian Priest, got involved, and Leon getting upset and slapping the shit out of Damian Priest. So I'll ask you, Mr. Yo, how do you like this, this mixture right now? They added Leon Ruff into the mix with the North American title picture with Gargano and Damian Priest. What do you think about the storyline just so far?
It keeps things fresh, I feel, adding a new piece in there. So yeah, I'm all for it. I still feel that Damian Priest should have not lost the title. I don't know, that it kind of has stuck with me. But who knows? Maybe he'll regain it and probably not pin Gargano so that he could stay strong too. And so I guess we'll see as this develops, and maybe during the next takeover we'll see that match, that triple threat.
That's right, definitely. We can't wait for that. Mr. Steamboat, how do you feel about it? You like the storyline? Nah, yay, man.
I gotta say, don't change the channel on Gargano. Damian Priest needs the title to increase. No bread yeast to get that bread with Damian Priest. Don't cease with Damian Priest, but don't change the channel on Johnny Gargano.
There you go. You got it. What about, you got to keep it tough, man, with Leon Ruff, man.
Oh, my goodness.
That is right. Rhyming, hey, we're musicians.
Yeah, many talents here on Circle of Debate.
That is absolutely right.
We got bars on Circle of Debate.
That is
Damn
right. Damn right.
Bars in your cars.
There you go.
Oh, my goodness.
Just be careful with them scars.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead and get this started now with the Grimes and Dexter Lumis. Another blindfold match. I mean, we haven't seen one. The last one, was it Santino the last one that he was a blindfold match on a Raw? I think it was on a Raw, right? I forgot who he fought. I think that was the last thing. The last individuals that did a blindfolded match that I remember. I don't remember who else did it. It's kind of hard to refresh memory. But obviously the famous one.
Someone.
Okay, go ahead.
I remember Jamie Noble and Nydia having a blindfold match. So there you go.
That is awesome.
Deep cut.
Man, I'm loving this freaking. I love Loomis, man. I'm falling in love with this character. Man, fuck you, Alvarez, for hating on fucking Dexter Loomis. I love this guy. Grimes as well. I love this.
You hated on him? Wow.
Yeah, he talks shit about him. You know, that's why he blocked me from Twitter. I don't give a shit. But I'm loving Loomis. I'm loving his character. I love the development of both of these talents, and I'm looking forward to see them in the title picture, and pretty soon. Hopefully. But how do you feel about it, Mr. Steamboat? What do you think about this storyline? Are you in love with these two characters? How do you feel?
Dexter Loomis is, steel that's been refined in the fires of, past promotions and NWA. He missed his chance to be that North American champion when he was, Samuel Shaw. So it's great to see him really, shine and expand here. And I'm glad they're letting him, shine and expand. If anything, I think this is probably like one of the best things you could probably do with the talent is keep them away from the main roster for as long as possible.
Thank you so much. That's right.
Yeah.
Do you agree, Mr. Hero? How do you feel about it?
Yeah, Loomis is one of the more interesting characters for me in the NXT brand. Keep him away from the main roster. Keep him away. Trips. Come on, man. Don't let Vince take him because he's just gonna ruin him.
Away from the main roster because Vince is not his foster.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God! Here.
So yeah, I mean, I definitely Cameron Grimes. Yeah, he stands out to me also. I like his gimmick too. I think the future of NXT is bright. They have a lot of characters. They have a lot of good characters, and these two are among them for sure.
Oh yeah, there you go. Definitely, man. I'm looking forward for the future of both these talents, man.
Yeah, please don't commit a crime.
Trevor Lee and
Grimes.
Here we go with the rhymes now. Now we got
with Cameron Grimes.
There you go. Now we got Mr. Matthew Elias here.
Yeah,
here we go.
Scarf and everything.
It was a scarf and everything.
Walk with me. You gotta walk with me, guys.
And let's go ahead and move on with that. Wanted to move on with that with Candice and Indy Hartwell. They competed against Kathy Carsano and Kaden Carter. Great matchup, I would say. I wasn't that bad. I'm loving right now the women's division in NXT is not bad. They should bring the fucking women's tag team belts over to the NXT. They deserve it. These women are putting a hell of a show, and now I'm enjoying this shit so much. I love it, man. I mean, how do you feel about it, Mr. Hero? And then with this combo of Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell ever since she revealed herself on the last week's episode of NXT, and where do you see this duo going in the women's division?
I actually missed that segment because I was on the other side. But, definitely, man, that idea of bringing the tag team titles to NXT has to happen, man, because, it gives us – they have an overabundance in female talent in NXT, I feel. So many stars and future stars that are there right now. So I could go on and list them and all that. It goes back to the whole should they go to the main roster sort of thing. But no, I feel like they should bring the tag titles over there. It's about time. Shayna and Nia, they can do without it. All they're doing is putting Lana through tables. That's the only memorable thing that they're doing. So, give the titles to a couple over there in NXT and make those titles mean something.
Yeah, well, absolutely, 100%. What do you feel about it, Mr. Steamboat? What do you think?
Stop putting Lana through tables while you're watching cable. No, but I was going to say about like, you know, I was going to say this earlier when we were talking about the women's tag titles and like Impact earlier. I think every promotion and every brand should have both these titles, women's tag titles and women's single title to challenge over, you know. If you want a women's intercontinental title, that'd be kind of nice too.
We said in our archives, we did mention that before. I would want a women's intercontinental championship or United States women's champion. Yeah. Why not? That'd be awesome to have. They deserve it.
We need those three things, you know, the world title, intercontinental, and then tag team for all three for women. Yeah. Every promotion doesn't have an excuse not to have a women's tag team title.
Right. Agreed. Or fucking create a Queen of the Ring. You know, I know it's Charlotte Queen of the Ring, but no pun intended towards her. But we need a Queen of the Ring. Why not have it in NXT? Let them put it up there.
Without a women's tag team title, it's just a recital.
Here we go, Mr. Now.
I couldn't
want to be an idol.
Yeah, it's better than being an idol. All it is a
all we're talking about it is about titles. So let's move on. So now, correct me if I'm wrong here. Arturo Urias versus Kushida. Wasn't he drafted to Raw? What the fuck? What's up with that?
Wild card rule.
Arturo Ruiz, the one who came out of Underground. He fought Kushida. Kushida obviously won the match.
Yeah.
He got drafted to Raw. What the fuck?
No. He got drafted to Raw Underground, which does not exist anymore.
No, but you killed it, Dust.
I did. You know, you're welcome, universe.
I'm loving Kushida, like his new. I keep saying it before, and I'm hoping that they find something great for him too, like maybe the cruiserweight picture as well for the title. But I feel Kushida's been there, done that. I think he should move on to like a heavy, North American, hopefully. So we'll see the outcome of that.
Yeah, it's good.
I see Matt's face right now, and I feel a rhyme coming.
Yeah.
I'm calling it right now. Look at him. Look at that. All right, let's hear it. Let's hear it,
Elias.
It's thanks to you, Mike, that we don't hear a sound out of Raw Underground.
There you go. I love it.
I have to thank you.
I love it. And then we had Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez, against Ember Moon and Toni Storm. That was another great tag match, by the way, and I loved it. Like I said, it's really phenomenal, incredible to see all these, women, so talented women in the ring. Obviously, we did see Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae go ahead and interfered in the aftermath of the match. So I'm looking forward to see what they're gonna do with this plot line. And also, Catherine did mention, which I've mentioned it again. I mean, this should be a 6-pack challenge, 7-pack challenge, for the NXT Women's Championship. Why not? I mean, that'll be something to see. And another thing that intrigued me and I loved it is when Thatcher had his match. I forgot who he beat, and I do apologize. But then after that, we see Tommaso Ciampa. Thatcher and Ciampa feud, that I would love to see. I approve 100%. So do you agree, Mr. Hero? How do you feel about that one?
Stamp of approval right there. Yes, sir. Yeah, of course, Ciampa has got to get some new storylines in there. He's done a lot in NXT, and this could be something fresh for him. So I'm all for it.
Oh yeah. How do you feel about it, Mr. Steamboat? Thatcher and Ciampa feud? You like it?
Okay, I'm not gonna rhyme. I promise.
No rhyming.
No, I gotta say, Tommaso Ciampa's got a great that. I love how it reminds me of Voltron and Gladiator with it. And it's just one of those things that I kind of wish he wore it in the ring too. In the battle, just to kind of because when you just wear it on the way to the ring, it's just kind of like whatever. But yeah, I think Ciampa is like really talented enough to draw, a great feud out of it. He's a real catcher with Thatcher.
Oh my God. All right, let's move on to the main event of the NXT, which is the NXT Women's Championship. Io Shirai and Rhea Ripley. Ladies and gentlemen, what a hell of a match. Both of these women put up a hell of a show and a hell of a performance. Wow, man, they knocked it off the park. The awesome match these two women put. Incredible. I loved it. Io Shirai absolutely taking the win. A tough win. And, man, I think that we are seeing Rhea Ripley going to the main roster after this. I think she is going to go. Question is, where? Are we going to see her this Sunday in the SmackDown women's team? Oh, you never know. I'm calling it here first. You never know. Never know. She might be one of the last members for SmackDown. That will be super interesting to see. But Mr. Hero, man, these two women, they fucking knock it off the park. Am I correct? How do you feel about that match?
This reminds me of TakeOver Brooklyn when Sasha Banks and Bayley went at it, and just just how awesome that match was, and all. It was I dare to say that's the climax of their careers, because the main roster has had its ups and downs, but yeah, I do feel that Ripley is going to the main roster sooner than we think, and who knows, maybe she ends up replacing Lana for the in the Raw team, or she is in the SmackDown team. So there's always that, or she comes out on Raw the following night and challenges for the title against Asuka or something, something of that. She's going to definitely have or bring the impact with her right away, I feel, and I'm sure of it. Vince is wanting her on the roster, on the main roster, and so I definitely see star quality there. So
definitely, don't fuck it up, Vince. Bruce, do not fuck it up, because man,
brother lame. He says
brother lame,
brother lame.
Do not fuck this shit up, because this woman is awesome, man. She deserves main roster run with a title, either Raw or Women's. Who wouldn't want to see Asuka, Rhea Ripley, Sasha, Rhea Ripley, Bayley, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, or Nia, Rhea Ripley? Why not? And Nia, don't hurt her. Please don't hurt her. Not legitimately. But there's so many great dream matches she's able to have in the main roster, and she'll definitely knock it off, man. I cannot wait for that. Do you agree?
Rhea Ripley has been I guess that feud with Io was brewing since way back, so it's good to kind of finally see like that one-on-one solid. So,
oh yeah, hell yeah! I kudos to these both women, man. They stole the show, but then obviously by the end of the night, we see Finn Balor returning, the Prince himself. Then he got interrupted by, I guess, I don't know what the hell they're called, the Kings of Wrestling or other best wrestlers in the. I have no idea what's the name of this fucking faction. But obviously we saw Pat McAfee with Pete Dunne and Danny Burch and Orkin coming out, attacking Finn Balor while about to, and then the Undisputed Era, Shock the System, make their returns.
I think I know their name now. They're called the McAfee 3.
The McAfee. Oh my God, that's horrible. And then after when the air off the air, the announcement was done, and ladies and gentlemen, how we predicted, a prediction that we did on our archives. We did say War Games, and I said it, and it's announced officially. You will have the Undisputed Era versus Pat McAfee and his goons on next month in December. You will see that. That'll be War Games. William Regal. I can't do William Regal because
War Games.
There you go. I love it how he says it.
War Games.
I love it. I cannot wait how they're gonna do it. So you excited, Mr. Hero?
I was just listening to that earlier today.
Yeah. Well, are you excited, Mr. Hero, about this?
Yeah, so Pat McAfee and friends are going up against the Undisputed Era. I do feel that Undisputed Era is going to win. I don't know. I just don't see McAfee in there for the long haul. But stranger things have happened, of course. But yeah, let's see. I find it interesting that the Undisputed Era is, I guess, had a face turn now. So okay, let's see how that. We've talked about how Undisputed Era has done everything in NXT. So maybe this is what the doctor ordered, right? A face turn, kind of new rivalries going on there, passing this. So yeah, I'm excited for it and looking forward to seeing War Games. Yeah.
There you go. Do you agree, Mr. Steamboat?
War Games.
That means
War
yes.
Games.
That means yes, right?
Yes.
All right, there you go.
No rhyming needed.
No rhyming needed. There you go.
There you go.
Not
All
me.
right.
War Games.
And let's move on
Oh,
to oh, here we go. To AEW Dynamite. Oh, I was looking forward to this, man. Great opening match between the Young Bucks and the Top Flight. Man. Now, this is tag team for you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you to the Young Bucks and AEW for making tag team wrestling great again. Love it. You got our thumbs up. Thumbs up, definitely. Mr. Steamboat, how did you feel about the match? Great opening match.
Because there was the tag team that was rapping on AEW Dark, and I forget the tag team.
Acclaim. That was Acclaim.
That was Acclaim.
Yes.
I kind of hope they're up next though, because that's like, when you have like the top promo on the B show, they get shot up. The strap the rocket to them pretty soon. It was really, but I gotta say it was just right with Top Flight.
Oh my God. Mr. Hero, the floor is yours. What do you feel?
Oh, of course. I'll give it, let's see, I'll give it 4 out of 5 beers because, we're not doing stars in this show.
That's right.
No, sir. 4 out of 5 beers. I feel that Matt Jackson is still kind of dealing with the knee issues and it was it showed, but man, Top Flight, I can definitely say that I look forward to seeing them again with all the other tag teams there in All Elite Wrestling.
Oh
and
yeah.
As far as I know, they're not officially signed there, right?
No, not officially.
Not yet. So I don't know if they're free agents or anything like that, but yeah, if I'm Tony Khan, I'd get that contract right in front of them as soon as possible.
Oh yeah, we're gonna see. The aftermath. After that, we saw Angelico and Jack Evans attacking them. So we're gonna see a feud with that. That's gonna be. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah.
I'm way looking forward to seeing that. And then we had the Inner Circle Vegas segment. Oh my God. Oh my God, I love it. It reminds me of me being in Vegas like that. Yes. Well, bartender, let me get two shots. They're like, let me get two schnob shots. Let me get tequila, vodka. What? Moonshine. You know what? Everclear. Oh, I had that, by the way. Oh my God! Never again. Never in my life.
How was it? Tell the viewers.
I use it to spit fire. Like if you just add a lighter, you get a nice cool fireball. Spit out. But the song that they were playing in the background was Fozzie's "Drinking with Jesus," and that's like one of my favorite songs by them. I don't know how much of it I could play without getting this copywritten. What is it? Well, the copyright claim, but it's a good song. You guys,
we'll check it out.
We'll check it out off the air. We'll check it off the air.
No one but us, my friend, my lust, all alone, and I'm drinking with Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we did see the appearances of Conan, Swoggle, Sammy Guerrero. Like, I got married, 3 wives. What? I loved it, man.
The best.
This is the best. And They're pulling it on. They're really pulling it off with this one. I cannot wait what the future holds for this future feud. Are we going to see a split, or what are we going to see? Mr. Hero, take it.
Am I the only one that finds it weird that Wardlow and Jake Hager are always looking into each other's eyes? I don't know, if you notice in every picture, in every video, in every segment, they're just connecting right there. They're transferring powers there, but
It's about love. It's about connection.
There you go.
The beast. That's gonna be like Godzilla versus Mothra once it goes down.
Oh yeah, yes. It's cool because it's very apparent that this is not something you would see in WWE. You are not gonna see a top star there coming out of a limo with smoke coming out and whatnot. that was
I can see a dragon. I can see dragon.
So it's cool, man, and it gives me Attitude Era vibes, to be honest. And I like how they implemented the Hangover, and I believe that's where the movie was shot, in that same rooftop.
Yes, the same rooftop, and that's what exactly what they aimed for. The Hangover, like, oh my god, love it.
If you guys didn't know, before The Hangover, there was another movie, Very Bad Things, and that's like The Hangover if it went wrong in every way possible.
Right. I love it, man. I love how they pulled it off with it. I enjoyed it, and I cannot wait what the future holds of it. How do you feel about it, Mr. Steamboat?
Oh, I think I just said, the whole segment all together. Well, like I said, Drinking with Jesus. I love that use of the song and just everything all together. Anytime, any excuse they could find to play. I kind of wish Jericho could make that his other theme song. Like he might as well make every song on that Fozzy album his theme song. Every week.
Triple H has King of Kings in the game, so why not Jericho use multiple?
Yeah. You could have Drinking with Jesus. You could have Burn Me Out. Like so many songs on that album are mind blowing. That's just more reason. Like, just don't listen to Judas alone. Listen to the whole album.
Oh yeah, definitely. And we did see Orange Cassidy defeating Kip Sabian, I guess, for the DQ, I believe so. Another great match between these two individuals. Miro obviously getting interfering, and for sure we're gonna see Best Friends versus Kip Sabian and Miro. That's for sure. That feud's gonna go on for a while.
War games. I gotta say, it's like, I know Miro has, the potential to be such a beast in there, and I can't wait till the moment that they just let him loose. Get Kip Sabian out of the picture. Let him go on his own. And like I've said before, I could see him potentially having, if not the world title, he could definitely have the TNT championship. So, it's like, it's like you have a fast car and you want it to go fast, but it's not there yet, so I want to see I want to see more of Miro on his own. So there you go.
Definitely. I cannot wait to see that. Then we'll move on with the Blade and Pac. Blade and Pac. We haven't seen Pac in almost a year, 7 months, I believe, something that action. And he looks great in the ring. Has not lost a touch. No ring rust. I didn't see nothing. No ring rust. No green. Phenomenal match that he had. And obviously you had Eddie Kingston and the Butcher, interfering, at the aftermath, beating down Pac. And then we see the Lucha Brothers making the save. Now the reunion of the Death Triangle. Now, this is
de la muerte.
Triángulo de la Muerte. Sí. Say it in Filipino. How do you say it?
Probably it's still the same thing. Probably because it's Spanish borrowed words.
Just say it. Say it.
Hold on. I don't know.
Say it.
Triangle ng kamatayan is what.
Yeah. There you go.
Or in Japanese, I'll do Japanese too.
Go for it.
Just to this is gonna really help
for our Japanese fans.
Yeah, for especially for New Japan. We could see this in Japan because of Pac could still wrestle for Dragon Gate. Shino Sankake on. Let me play it.
Shino Sankake.
Shino Sankake.
The more you know.
Yeah, there you go.
The more you know. Now we did say about it a little bit earlier. Now with this, a lot of trios we're seeing in AEW. We've been noticing on our social media platforms, with the fans and our viewers. Let's try, a trios championship. Are we going to see AEW introducing a trios belts? Ring of Honor has it. New Japan, they have it with the never open weight. So do we see that happening in AEW? Because there's a lot of trios. You have them. You have Eddie Kingston and Butcher and Blade. You have Orange Cassidy, Best Friends, Jurassic Express, who else? Inner Circle, Dark Order, Team Taz, Team Taz now, which we'll get to in a moment. The Nightmare Family, there you go, another one. So many of these factions. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I'll be honest. At first, I'm like, oh my god, like why are there so many factions? Why couldn't they just let these individuals go a singles run and have great matches between versus each other? But it's now. I get it now, and I guess this is really more leading to the trios belt. Are we gonna see a tournament? And we're saying here first, ladies and gentlemen,
AEW 6-man tag.
Exactly. Are we gonna see an AEW 6-man tag team championship belt? Mr. Steamboat, you're the one that brought it up. Take it away.
So I gotta say, because the fact that Ring of Honor and New Japan both have this title in their arsenal, for them it's the never open weight 6-man tag, and it doesn't really concern weight. I guess they have to make it never open weight whenever you're in New Japan because they have the whole weight system. I don't know how many other promotions have the 6-man tag belt, but the main two I know are Ring of Honor and New Japan.
Oh no, wait, we forgot. My apologies. We forgot AAA. They have it. And Consejo Mundial, CML, they have it as well.
CML has it. So, and one of the main things is that, a lot of the talent from this show is from those companies. A lot of them are from AAA. A lot of them are from Shinihon Pro-Resu, New Japan, or from Ring of Honor. Like, a lot of the talent are. So they that's like something they would miss. Like, wait a minute. Now that I'm here, we should have that belt back again because so many of us are used to working in trios. But other than the fact that a lot of them are used to working in trios, there is, because you're talking about a lot of factions, I think it's a little bit of a thing coming from New Japan, because New Japan, they work off of booking through 4 major factions. They're 4 major. Like right now there's Unaligned, but there should be, like, Taiguchi Japan is Tanahashi and Nobushi's faction technically.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. So, but of course, Los Ingobernables de Japón, like that, and and then Bullet Club, Too Sweet with that, and we got, of course, we got Suzuki-gun, of course, where Lance Archer comes from. That's how I imagine it. He's got because Suzuki's the violin, he's holding the violin, but he's like with the violin.
That's Suzuki for you, man. Minoru, man, love him.
Suzuki-gun, and of course Chaos. We got Chaos,
the Rainmaker.
The Rainmaker, that faction. But we might. I wouldn't mind like 4 or 5 factions in AEW to kind of define, because even when you're not completely with the faction, you kind of know who's with who in one way or another. But it would be kind of interesting to see that in there. It's like, the Elite would be like mainly baby faces, and then the Elite would be mainly baby faces, and then Inner Circle, as they get bigger and bigger since they're growing in size, that's going to be mainly heels. And then now the Nightmare Family, that might be the tweeners, because Cody has the whole annoying thing with him and Randy being like, we're a couple, look how fancy we are, you're not as good as us yet, and they could work that whole thing out, just it's easy for them to do both, because they have experience doing both, so we could see, I guess those are the 3 obvious ones so far, but we're Eddie Kingston and the family and Death Triangle,
I'm looking forward to that feud. I'm looking forward for that.
two very different kinds of heels, which I really love.
I love it, man. So you agree, Mr. Hero? Trio championship, 6-man tag team championship?
It's hard for me to see that since I'm not too familiar with that sort of title. But bring it on. You know, I definitely feel that the strongest division is the tag team division at this point. So why not add another guy in there, you know, make it a 3-man tag. So yeah, I'm all for it. And definitely Triángulo de la Muerte, which I like saying that, by the way. So Triángulo de la Muerte is definitely would be one of the top contenders, of course. Yeah, so, you know, of course, a stamp of approval.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Stamp of approval. You got it from the American Hero.
I think the most obvious one that could come up that they could hold the titles for a while is probably FTR and Sean Spears. That seems like the obvious. They could hold that, especially since they're like the top heels and FTR is so highly regarded. They could bring Sean Spears up in that category. And there's the whole thing of them being ex-WWE guys, all three of them, you know, being aligned with Tully Blanchard, Four Horsemen, blah, blah, blah. All that stuff, you know, is going to be what is going to make them hold that title for so long. Just the fact that FTR is in that group. And I think they might elevate Sean Spears through that, you know.
I just want to say also that definitely another potentially top contender could be the three of us. Circle debate. There you go.
That's right. That is right, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll bring the poll cues. I'll bring the poll cues to smash.
You heard it here. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. First, see, you got the carbonation pain maker right there. And of course, Adam with the 12-inch pythons that will take down anyone. He took down Raw Underground. He could take down Retribution. He took down the election.
Sound out of Raw Underground.
They all fell down, man.
All falling down. Out of sound.
There you go. So, I mean, man, that'll be awesome. I can't wait to see that. I mean, if they do take it out, I'm with Mike on this when I see this triangle taking it first. Or how he said, if not them, then it'll probably be Best Friends and Orange Cassidy. Maybe. You may see that. You never know. But we'll find out if they do a tournament. That'd be awesome too. We'll wait to see that. So I want to go ahead and move on with this, you know, with the contract signing. What happened? What's up with that? Obviously, Moxley, they found him on the floor, you know, knocked out. Kenny Omega waiting. You know, the cleaner is coming back little by little. And I'm calling it right now before I get your thoughts about it. This was Kenny Omega's work. We're seeing Kenny Omega going full-on heel, and he's going to go straight badass heel, New Japan style, at his own style. And I'm looking forward to see I think Kenny Omega's going to win the belt. He's going to take it. I see Kenny Omega winning it. I see him losing it to Adam Page. Adam Page will be the top baby face, and he'll be the one taking the belt from Kenny Omega. Because Kenny Omega is going to be the heel, and he's going to separate himself from the elite. He's going to go straight full-on heel. So you agree, Mr. Steamboat?
So here's how I see that going. Like that half of it, I 100% agree that Kenny's going to win the title and that it will be Hangman Adam Page challenging him for it at Revolution. That would be the perfect kind of booking lining up to it. Just to kind of, you know, and I want Kenny to be extra. I want Kenny to be extra cruel towards Moxley, so people don't feel like they've been cheated out of, you know, that feud. Just like, oh, there wasn't enough build up or blah blah blah. Like I kind of want him to be like, you know, even after he wins the title, just to be like, you know, like beat on him like following weeks. You know, just be as like build that heat basically, get more hate on him. Yeah. But I don't think it was Kenny who did that attack backstage. And this is where I build towards it. For those who forgot, Jon Moxley is the New Japan US Heavyweight Champion at the current moment right now. Who has the contract for that is Kenta. Kenta is presently in the United States at this very moment. You think he doesn't know who the champion is? You think it's going to be hard for Kenny. Like Kenny would have a little bit of a messed up suit if it was him, doing that. He wouldn't be. I mean, it's good to be calm after you beat up somebody when you're the bad guy, but at the same time, his suit is a little bit too nicely put together for that to be in place. Michael Nakazawa as his henchman, them together? No, it had to be Kenta. It had to be Kenta that did it. And
we need to stop blaming poor Nakazawa for everything.
He's got the oil.
For all we know, it could be Colt Cabana now.
Yep.
With the oil, them together with the oil,
or
taking it down.
Brody Lee.
Slippery. Brody Lee, who knows? But look down the line. What I hope to see happen in the next 3 months is Moxley losing that U.S. belt and losing that AEW world title, because that kind of like gets in the way of certain bookings from happening. Because in New Japan is I want that U.S. title to take the place of the Intercontinental Championship. So Tanahashi and Zack Sabre and all these people that are in Japan can challenge for that belt.
Okay, but here's my question though to you: will New Japan allow it to be defended in an AEW?
That's the main question. That's for us to find out if it can happen. Can that U.S. title be defended at Revolution? That's kind of what I'm hoping for, that Kenny is defending the world title at Revolution. Because remember, since he's becoming heel, if he was a babyface, it would make sense for him to take that title at Revolution. But since he's a heel, it makes more sense that he's defending it at Revolution instead of, taking the title.
Mm-hmm.
So he has those few weeks before Revolution to act like a jerk and act like an asshole and cuss people out, step on, Adam Page's neck, step on Jon Moxley's neck. I was going to make this joke too, that if this angle was written by Vince McMahon, that pregnancy announcement would be like, oh, by the way, Kenny's the father. That's how McMahon would write that storyline. Hi, Renee. I hope you enjoyed that night we had together. By the way, if that kid's hair is curly, blah, 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 that's a little cleaner junior over there. And then he's going to try to get under Moxley's skin and, but I don't think they're going to go that route. If that was in WWE, if this was WWE in 1999, that's what would happen.
Do you agree about Mr. Hero, or how do you feel about that segment?
I mean, I'm glad that's not happening, because or else she probably, we would have had another Mae Young situation with the hand.
Cleaner.
Right. Kenny has to take it. He has to. He has all this momentum going in. The train is right behind Omega there. So if I were a betting man, I would bet on Omega to take that title off of Moxley. And as far as who attacked him, the whole Kenta theory is definitely, it's actually kind of possible. We've seen AEW openly address Impact, NWA. Or obviously the NWA Women's title was defended on Dynamite. You'll never see that that sort of thing in WWE. So they're establishing connections. They're establishing relationships with other companies worldwide, and it only benefits them because, Kenta did not have the greatest exposure, I feel, in WWE, and it's a shame, right? We never got to see that. Oh, and I say we as in American audiences.
That's his chance to get it back, from New Japan after, to get it back from WWE for that American audience on AEW television. Like, here I am, because not that many Americans watch New Japan compared to AEW. So
if I'm Kenta, man, I am chomping at the bit for that opportunity again, especially having a match at Revolution and kind of like the booking that Matt had in mind. I would definitely be aiming for that, and I would be telling the higher ups over there in New Japan to make it happen. We're in unprecedented times in the world of wrestling right now, and AEW, I feel like saying, is leading the way, because Vince, he's out of touch. you know, and AEW is opening the doors to different people from different companies, you know. So yeah, I hope it happens that way. But in the event that it doesn't, let's just say it wasn't Kenta, it wasn't anybody from New Japan or outside, I still don't think it's Omega. I still don't think Omega did it, because
Who do you feel did it?
that's a good question. But I don't, or maybe Omega wins. December 2nd, which is 2 weeks away. That's enough time to progress this attack storyline. And whoever attacked Moxley reveals themselves on the following Dynamite. That way, they get Moxley off the title picture, put in Hangman. Hangman versus Omega is the focus now, and Moxley goes off to do his own thing.
Becoming a father. That's what he's going to be doing.
Yeah,
there you go.
Got to get these belts off of him. I think the other thing is Kenny getting that win back from Moxley from last year, because I think it was after that loss is where people kind of saw Kenny as kind of like a weaker figure and blah blah blah, you know, like.
Well, yeah, but remember, because he wasn't really taking out his, you know, the cleaner style, and he wasn't
exactly.
Really,
That's why I think it's owed. This win is owed to him on this night, and this is another thing that mirrors WCW, that, you know, you don't really see titles change on weekly shows in WWE ever. But with Hulk, like we saw it, it was a Nitro episode where Goldberg beat Hulk Hogan for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yes.
So they kind of want this. I'm kind of hoping they go that way with this. And you know, I don't want to be, you know, like anti-hardcore, but I'm kind of hoping that there's like little to no weapons in this match between Kenny and Moxley.
I hope that, I'm with you that I'm hoping there isn't. I want a straight clean fight. I want to see the cleaner New Japan style, that strong style. That's what I want to see. And like defeating John, and you know how he did with Adam Page. I would like to see that. And for him to defeat Moxley clean, like how he's done with the Okada feud, with the Naito feud, with you know, Tanahashi feud, man, like this Omega, his resume says it all. But he puts a show on.
He can work in the ring without weapons. He isn't bad in the ring without weapons. Like he's got interesting. You know, one thing we haven't seen from Moxley, he hasn't done the second rope thing, and he hasn't done the thing where he kicks off of the turnbuckle.
He hasn't done that. I haven't seen none of that either, because he just wanted to change it, and I'm glad he did. He changed his style. But you know, I give Moxley credit as well, because Moxley, when he took on competing on pretty much on the G1, kudos to him, because that's, you know, for being a first timer to compete on a G1, he pulled it off. He knocked it off the park too. And
you really got like I wonder just how stiff those hits from Suzuki were to him.
Oh my God, those stiffs from Tomohiro Ishii. Man, I think that was like another hard-hitting one. I remember that. So if you guys haven't seen it, YouTube that Moxley versus Suzuki or Moxley versus Tomohiro Ishii. Man, incredible stiff matches, but
there's no way to fake that. There's no way to fake that.
There's no fake that, and Moxley loved it. He's like, "Go on, give me more, give me more."
That's real pain.
That's real pain. That is real pain. Speaking about the women's division, the NWA championship was defended. The women's championship, Serena Deeb successfully retaining against Thunder Rosa. Another round of applause for these women, man. They're fucking killing it right now. Man, I'm like how Mike said, I'm glad the partnership, the open doors. I'm glad to see the NWA is given exposure, and especially on the women's side. But I mean, I'm hoping they could do this for the AEW's women's division. Now, we need to see something like that. But what I am liking, though, is now we're going to see Rosa and Britt Baker feud. And we saw what happened after the match. You know, they attacked, you know, since the whole Twitter thing happened, they started attacking they went at it. I love to see that feud. I cannot wait to see Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa. I think that's going to be a very interesting feud to see. How do you feel about it, Mr. Hero? Do you agree with that?
Oh, 100%, 1,000%. You know, I feel that this is the feud that could, you know, definitely bring up the women's division there. What I find kind of interesting and a little funny is that, you know, Britt Baker came out to attack Thunder Rosa, and she just went right to her audience seat, and it's like, wouldn't you just go run away, like get out of there, she stayed right there. Thunder Rosa got her and gave her a receipt for that, right? So I look forward to seeing this. Britt Baker, I feel should be champion right now for AEW.
Out of Nyla.
And yeah, so in Thunder Rosa, I definitely like her style in the ring. Every match I see more from her, like more different moves and stuff like that. And so yeah, it's a plus for me. Let's get this feud going for sure.
Your thoughts, Mr. Steamboat? How do you feel about it?
I gotta say, it's one of the things you like. If you guys haven't been watching Dark, Britt Baker has now a segment called The Waiting Room on Dark.
I saw that. Yeah.
Like Britt Baker is following in the footsteps of Chris Jericho and Roddy Piper with Piper's Pit, and Jericho with the highlight reel. She's becoming, the women's division's Chris Jericho, the women's division's Roddy Piper. She's building up to, she's going to be that heel. I kind of hope she holds on to that title a while, and then you could build so many great baby faces around her. Like look what she's done with Big Swole already. That match where she took a syringe to the leg. So, I kind of hope that NWA title drops to Britt Baker, and then we could see some great cross promotional stuff between Championship Wrestling in Hollywood and the NWA and and AEW through their women's division. Eventually after Serena Deeb.
I agree with you 100%. I'm loving Serena though, man. She's really pulling off, and I do agree with what you said about Britt. Why not? She should have been the first AEW women's champion, but it makes sense. Why not? And I get it now. It's kind of like how, what everybody thought Kenny should be the first one, or Adam Hangman Page, or
Build up
Bucks. Yeah, built up time, and I love it because they're giving other talent opportunities, and this is their redemption. This is their year. I have nothing bad about it. Saying I love it. So I cannot wait what the future of the women's division in AEW holds, and I'm hoping to see more to get them talent to be signed. Especially if you guys have not seen, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you watch AEW. This past AEW Dark, a lot of women's divisions matches stole the show. I'll tell you that. And these are upcoming stars from the independent circuit that are coming up now, being exposed on national television and worldwide. So stay tuned for that. Keep an eye on these women. They're gonna make a name out of themselves. And I want to go ahead and move on with we did see the Jade Cargill segment beating up, Brandy Rhodes. There's Nyla and Vicky Guerrero. I'm like, what's up with that? Don't make this trio. No. Let Jade Cargill be by herself. And I'm loving this. This woman, I love this. I love it. I fucking love it. It's good shit. It's good shit. But I mean, yeah, it looks like we're gonna see a Cargill or Brandy Rhodes match. I think we're gonna see that. We're gonna see it. So how do you feel about it, Mr. Hero? About we talked about it last week about her mentioning Shaq. So again, we're assuming we're gonna see her and Shaq versus probably Cody and Brandy in this one. How do you feel about this upcoming feud now?
Yeah, I hope Shaq doesn't take too long, in arriving, right? I hope it's not there. Yeah. Oh, we're still waiting. No, they almost there. Yeah. I hope it's not a Mike Tyson situation where it's teased and then nothing happens. Shaq and Cody is an interesting matchup. I'm sure Cody can bring out the best in Shaq as best as we can get, right? Inside the ring. And as far as the segment, the backstage segment there with Brandy and Jade, and I really feel like Vicky and Nyla were not needed necessarily, but I guess we need somebody here, or let's put them in there or whatever. Let's give them some TV time. I don't know. I guess that's just my guess there, but let's see. I don't expect the match to be super technical, but I do feel that it's going to be entertaining. And so far, both weeks that this has been going on, it's been pretty entertaining. So I look forward to seeing the rest of it.
That's right. Do you agree, Mr. Steamboat?
It's hey, this is Shaq. I'm gonna wrestle Cody and tonight.
You gotta rhyme like Shaq.
Us, everyone, and this is going. I'm wondering if that's gonna be what we're gonna get for the promo. Like Cody's gonna give like the biggest speech. Like you don't understand anything. What wrestling's been my whole life. You know, I went from undesirable to undeniable. Da 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 da. There's a undesirable down. You say Cody.
Let's just hope that Jade Cargill does the talking and let Shaq just do the action. I'd rather see that. It's better that way.
He's got to try to roll Cody up in a ball and like try to like free throw him.
That'll be some interesting shit if we ever see that. That'll be something. Oh, wow.
And he still misses the free throw as big as Cody is. Like, oh no, Shaq bricked again on the free throw line.
Right? All right, we got the main event. We got Brian Cage and Ricky Starks versus Cody Rhodes and Darby Allin. We did see that the Team Taz taking the upset victory, shockingly. Then the aftermath, we saw them jumping Darby and Cody. We saw Will Hobbs coming in. And I believe we predicted it. Will Hobbs was going to join, and he joined Team Taz, turning his back on Darby and Cody, hitting Darby with the chair, Cody with the chair, and Darby. So there we go. Now we have a trios now with Team Taz. Will Hobbs. You got two big powerhouse, and you have Ricky Starks. Not I don't mean it like that, but Ricky Starks is very talented. By the way, he's a talented performer. He's great in the ring and great in the mic. Do you like this faction? Do you feel like this should have Hobbs should have gotten his singles run instead of joining the group? But like how Mr. Dirty Heel Brother Bovin said, and Kofi Weaston said it on their IG, they're like, it's sad, but he needs to make a name out of himself, so he needs to join Team Taz. So do you agree with that, Mr. Hero? Do you feel that should he been in a singles run, not needing this faction, or did he needed this faction in order to make a name for himself?
I feel he needs the faction. I feel he needs, and Team Taz has some good talkers in there, so he's going to be able to learn. I mean, I haven't heard him speak, so I don't know how good his promo skills are, but he's gonna be in there with Taz. Ricky Starks can talk. I haven't really heard Brian Cage talk much, but but just with Taz and Starks, he's gonna be able to pick up some stuff there. So that way, when he goes off on his own, or when he does his own thing, he's going to be able to learn and have enough experience that he'll be able to do the promos on his own. So yeah, I'm not against him being in the faction at all.
All right, Mr. Steamboat, do you agree?
So I think I said this earlier about like when Will Hobbs kind of debuted on Dynamite, coming from Dark. Like, there's only a certain amount. Like, I wonder if they have a rule where every big guy has to be a heel. Because so far, right now we just have Luchasaurus as the big guy heel now. I mean, big guy baby face at the moment, like large size dude. I mean. But it also makes me glad maybe this was like the exchange, because right now, Death Triangle, they're in like that tweener babyface position because Eddie Kingston's more the heel in that situation. So one of the things I'm kind of hoping maybe like as for now, it will be just another like heel for Pac to go up against and take down, and kind of learn from in the meantime. But I mean, if we had maybe, I don't know, I don't think that there's ever going to be an even amount of large-sized baby faces to large-sized heels. I'm pretty sure like the super heavyweights are going to be mostly heels, unless within the next 2 weeks or 4 weeks we see Lance Archer turn babyface, but we don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree. We never know. Well, but you're right about that. I'm noticing that the majority big guys are heels. There's only one babyface. That's Luchasaurus. Who else?
Everyone else is like, you know, maybe like regular to small to cruiserweight when it turns to the baby faces.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, definitely we'll wait to see what happens with next week's Dynamite. We'll find that out. Now let's go ahead and move on. Let's take it home, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're going to go ahead and give our predictions of coming up Survivor Series this Sunday. Make sure you guys tune in on that on the WWE Network. $9.99. Yes, there's no promotional, no free. They're stingy as fuck now. So make sure you pay your subscription. And it's just 4 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Eastern. So make sure you tune on to that this Sunday for Survivor Series. 6 matches are in the card. I don't believe we see a pre-kickoff. We never know. We might see it. So the announcement is we have the women's team Raw, which is Lacey Evans, Peyton Royce, Nia Jax, and Shayna Baszler and Lana versus Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair. We'll find out tonight on SmackDown who are the last 2 missing pieces. It could be maybe the debut of Rhea Ripley, one of them. I feel maybe that Bayley could fit in that because since she's out of the picture, the title contender picture. Maybe she'll be part of the Team SmackDown. I wouldn't mind that. Or both of them, Bayley and Ripley. Why not? That'd be something we could see. Also we have on the men's side of Raw. You have Sheamus, you have AJ Styles, you have Braun Strowman, you have Riddle and Keith Lee versus Seth Rollins, King Corbin. Who is the other one? I keep forgetting. Kevin Owens and Jey Uso. We don't know about the last one. I have a feeling we might see Lars Sullivan in this picture. I have a feeling that he might be the one just coming in and taking that final spot, which I don't mind it. I mean, right now with the whole Diaz Trinidad, I don't see Aleister Black taking that spot. I don't think so. So we'll find out who takes the last spot also as well on SmackDown tonight. Then we have the tag teams, the Raw Tag Team Champions, New Day versus the SmackDown Tag Teams, Street Profits. We have the United States Champion from Raw, Bobby Lashley, versus the Intercontinental Champion from SmackDown, Sami Zayn. We have also the WWE Champion, Drew McIntyre, versus the Universal Champion, Roman Reigns. And the Raw Women's Champion, Asuka, versus the SmackDown Women's Champion, Sasha Banks. So those are the matches that we have this Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. So, Mr. Hero, what match are you looking forward to see? And which match do you think will steal the show?
I'm looking forward to seeing McIntyre and Reigns. And I don't know. That's mainly because I can't really predict who's going to win or how it's going to finish. So there's that. I do feel that match is going to main event. As far as the Survivor Series teams, for the women's, I feel SmackDown's going to win. For men's, I feel Raw is going to win. Between Zayn and Lashley, I feel Lashley's going to win. And let's see, what match I think will steal the show? Probably I would say the men's Royal Rumble, the men's Survivor Series match.
Okay, definitely. Who do you see, Sasha and Asuka?
Oh yeah, Sasha and Asuka. I want to say Sasha.
All right, but yeah, I think she might get her first win against Asuka. We've never seen it.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Steamboat, how do you feel about this card? What are you looking forward to? Who's going to steal the show?
Kind of like with the Sasha versus Asuka, I guess. Yeah, once again, I like what I said about Moxley and Omega. I think this is a win that's owed back to Sasha now. Exchange for losing to Asuka in the past. So that's that it's. I think it's what did WWE just straight out say before? Like, correct me if I'm wrong. They said it's 50-50 booking. Did they just straight out? They said that dead ass. Like, just. So, I mean, some things are predictable, but at the same time, Asuka can make magic happen when she can make it happen.
Keep in mind, Sasha's a Mandalorian now, so.
Oh, that's right. She's a Mandalorian.
She's gonna come in there with the jetpack and.
This is the way.
The flamethrower. There you go.
This is the way. This is the way. All right, that's right. This is the way. I love it. Yeah, she's fucking killing it. I love it, man. If you guys know, I love Star Wars. So yes, fuck you, whoever fucking hates on Star Wars. I love Star Wars. I prefer that than over Lord of the Rings. But that's another different topic. I don't want to get into
another
that.
debate.
That's another debate. I'll tell you.
That's another list where Chris wasn't here.
Yeah, Chris is not here because he probably would defend him. Maybe I don't know. I don't mean.
I like both, but I'll never. Star Wars is longer history.
Yes, I would take Star Wars all day over Lord of the Rings.
Laser Gatling guns. Come on, you guys. Republic Commando.
Lightsabers. Come on, man.
Republic Commando. They got laser Gatling guns. Why do I want bow and arrow over a laser Gatling gun? That is so cool.
Right. That's right. Definitely. All right. So that is all for this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Our subscribers, our fresh and new subscribers, welcome. And don't forget, hit the like buttons down below, and also spread the love and word. Spread it out. Let them know to subscribe. At the end of this video, hit the subscribe button. You'll get our fresh new updates, our fresh new episodes that we have every Fridays. Our interviews, something will come out during the week unexpectedly, and also we have our top 5 every Sunday, which I will announce this Sunday. The top 5 is the best Survivor Series of all time, like the pay-per-views that we love, that we enjoyed. Our top 5. You will see that this Sunday. You'll see it in the morning before Survivor Series begins. So make sure that you stay tuned for that. And also stay tuned. We have other upcoming ones as well. We have Danny Limelight coming to the show. We'll be interviewing him, and we'll give you an update in regards to that. And tune in to our social media platforms. And ladies and gentlemen, the announcement, we do have a Facebook now. So yes, you will see the description down below. We do have our Facebook now page running. And so make sure you hit that like button to that page as well. And also our Twitter, and also our Instagram @CircleDebate, Twitter @CircleDebate, now Facebook Circle Debate Podcast. You will find all the descriptions down below. Make sure, and also our other brothers from another mothers, the League of Podcasters, their YouTube channels as well, and also Catherine's women's blog. Make sure she from the United Kingdom, she brings us a great quality work, and also don't forget other. United Wrestling Network, where you can find them, FITE TV. All the links will be below on the description. So make sure, ladies and gentlemen, you tune in for next week, as we have an announcement that you will, not going to spoil it right now, but you will have the announcement on Monday. So keep an eye on our social media platforms, on those. We will announce that what we're taking out next week. So make sure that you stay tuned with that on Monday when we do that special announcement. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, this is the Devious One IBC, alongside with the Carbonation Cabron of the Cabrones, the Painmaker of the Cabron. I give him 4 out of 5 carbonation fucking cans instead of stars. That's Matthew the Rhymer Steamboat. That's right.
I'll drink the carbonation all over the nation with all the appreciation.
There you go. He appreciates you, ladies and gentlemen. He appreciates you very much for tuning in. And also, we have the hero of all heroes with, I have no idea what the hat, where did that hat came from? But he's the man that saves you from retribution, is saving you from this election, is trying to save you from this pandemic, because he's going to give you the no, what you're going to do when the great American hero, Mike Lopez, was wild on you. As we say to you, thank you very much. Salud. And we'll see you on Sunday.